I was homeless from the second I got to Michigan, essentially.
That's so true.
And so was he.
In fact, there was a mattress right about where you're sitting that he would sleep at night.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
I eventually got privileges and migrated to the couch, but...
Well, you know, I'm from around here, so...
Well, ironically, I don't know if you remember this, but at some point halfway through that process, you managed to get me back in that room for a few weeks. And I do have video footage of that.
Really?
I have video footage of that room and that floor. I have very illicit shots of the bathroom.
The bathroom was in
the actual shower with the hole in the floor. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You had to stand like this because if you stood in the middle, you'd go right through the floor.
What? In the shower?
In the shower. The actual faucets, if I remember, it was completely busted out around the faucets, and you could just basically pull the piping right out.
In the
trying to remember,
story,
that was besides the diseases that I was actually afraid of catching. But I do remember the bed had a really nice curve to it.
Right.
And the floor, because I think there were weights in the other room or something, and I remember putting down a dumbbell or something because I picked it up and whatever, I saw it there, and it started rolling. I think the whole house was pitched like this. Yeah. Right? So it was not a glamorous place to begin with, really. There was no place to live. We had really no money to eat.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs, that was...
We would go across the street and buy boxes of Reese's Puffs. And
milk,
and we would eat that.
We would wipe about half a box each in the morning.
Okay.
So we had those throwaway styrofoam plates that we keep in bowls that we keep rewashing, and the plastic spoons.
And
they might have even been sporks. I don't remember.
It was a good day.
You know,
you're very health conscious.
I think there are some. It says right there, calcium. See, there's a big source of calcium in these, and
right.
I don't think anybody could mock. It says 12 vitamins and minerals, and it provides a good source of calcium. So it's, and there's a big peanut butter cup right there, with puffs coming out of it and milk. I mean, this is, you know, it's got the Hershey's logo. That can only be good. That can only mean good things.
Yeah, absolute quality, sure.
You know, so. And what is it about at the end of the day? It's about taste. The Reese's Puffs taste is what it is. You know, and this is what it is. This right here is what it is.
I'm pretty confident that we'll see some sort of mention of Reese's Puffs in the liner notes of the Celldweller project.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get actually clearance from them to actually use the box cover as the CD cover as well, but they
wouldn't have anything.
They couldn't figure out how to work the Celldweller logo into the Reese's Puffs. You know, it's like we had a conflict about fonts. I wanted to use a different font, and it just didn't work out. So somehow there will be some puffs on the record. If nothing else, you'll get to see probably some pictures of my physique. You know, after like loading, like doing a Reese's Puffs loading cycle.
Right.
It's like 6 to 8 weeks of just heavy loading on Reese's Puffs.
Right.
You know, some people say, oh yeah, load on creatine and do all that, I double up, and I've taken those principles and I've taken them further. I've applied them to breakfast cereals, and it seems to be working. I mean, like, you know, I'm growing. I feel like I'm growing. I think. I think it's 4:40 in the morning.
Yeah, I think we should probably wrap it up for now and continue this at...
I think we're going to need to continue this because I think I'm feeling like a weekly special.
Yeah, I think we'll probably turn this into your video journal.
I feel it's relevant.
Sure.
I mean, these are big parts of my life. And, you know, I know there's a couple of people out there they're concerned, they're fascinated with that, so...
Sure.
You know, who am I to deprive them of me?